Game number 1 looked easy for Navi versus Moneymakers, but game number 2 could bring something more unexpected. I'm Eric Frick, you're watching the Eastern European DPC Division 2, and we are all hoping to see one 3-game series today. The first one didn't go that way, it was a 2-0. I don't want to say it was a stomp, but both of the games stormed, they seem to have things under control. Here, Navi in game number 1, they had a lot of control. They completely outplayed Moneymakers from start to finish. They were the ones that were dictating the pace of the game, and they got to the victory quite easily, I'd say, like pre-30 minutes. They might be able to, from what we've seen gameplay-wise, to end this series in a quick 2-0, maybe even play less than an hour. But it doesn't mean that they're going to be going for a draft like that can make something like that possible. Even against Sibe, they had one almost 50-minute game. So let's see if Navi are going to be able to beat Moneymakers faster than what they did to Sibe, who for now haven't gotten a single map victory. But they'll have their chance on June the 19th, where they're going to be playing versus Team Sexy. With that being said, we are going to be getting ourselves into the draft here. Navi, they're going to be picking up a Pugna to start things off, so this could be a Storm Pugna opening. There's going to be a Silencer. Storm? Yes? No? Yeah, they will go for the Storm there. So Medusa not in the pool. You don't really have a good matchup with the Pugna. Both the Storm and the Silencer are very good heroes versus the Pugna. Plus, Silencer kind of counters the Storm and enables him at the same time. So they're very good when played together. Pugna on its own has been having some issues as a hero. I think the hero is 4-9 now. Yep, 4-9, 30% win rate. So they'll go for the Pango. It's gonna be a melee hero versus the Storm. Melojule, this is his best hero, but it's, again, he is probably gonna be losing the mid lane. Maybe not as much as versus the Ember, because the Ember is a really good hero versus the Pango, but it is a tough one for sure here for Navi, at least when it comes to the mid lane laning phase. Navi, what's it gonna be? What are you going to ban? They might get rid of the Beastmaster, because it is annoying going for the Rolling Thunder and the Beastmaster is there, but it was shown today, and even in some previous series, the Beastmaster can easily be countered. If you're a better team, if you understand how to pressure him in the lane and take his tower early, the hero really doesn't do well. Even though he's banned out most of the time on the Beast, he is he doesn't have that much success. So he has 40% win rate, 2-3 currently. Has lost every single time on the Dire side, which is where Moneymakers are. So those are some nice stats. It does feel easier to push the Dire side tier 1. I'm gonna have to look at the map a little bit to see why that is the case.
5 seconds remaining.
Could be because the jungle of the Radiant is a little bit more open to get onto the lane than the Dire side jungle. So it's, even if you lose the tower when you're Radiant, you're tier 1 on the offlane, you're still quite good to defend the Ancients and the statue area. The same can be said the other way around. So Navi, they ban out the bounty. Moneymakers, it's in their name, they make money, so Bounty Hunter is one of the best in terms of making money. Does that mean that they ban out the Alchemist as well? I'm not seeing any bounties being played by Moneymakers. But as I mentioned, these teams probably scream against each other. Of course, you do have Western European teams to scream against, so that you don't have to be doing it versus people who you're gonna be in the league with. But they probably know each other a bit better, you know, in terms of playing in pubs and stuff like that. You do meet these guys a couple of times a day, most likely. They ban out the Underlord. We haven't seen one today, which is weird. The hero is strong. In Moneymakers, they ban out the Riki. Okay. Shigetsu does play a Riki. Melojule, I think in the past has played a a Ricky 2. But
Dire team ban.
not something that I expected as a ban,
Dire team
really.
pick.
I guess the Storm does hate playing versus the Smokescreen. They will get rid of the Windranger. Shigetsu did do well with it in the previous game. Shigetsu's best hero, the Ursa, is just not in the meta right now. I think he can play a mean Juggernaut though.
10 seconds.
He plays a
remaining.
mean Slark Weaver as well. Forget about those.
Navi's turn to
Moneymakers, they pick up with the techies, so they're gonna have that one now. Spirit Breaker in the pool? No, it's not. Again, it's banned in the first phase. Shadow Demon is in the pool. Though I don't think you're gonna be going for a Shadow Demon Pugna, especially not versus the Silencer. You need something that goes in. I mean, I wouldn't mind the Clockwork again. I just don't know which carrier you're gonna pair with him. No Windranger, no Medusa.
5 seconds
Maybe
remaining.
you go Clockwork TA, if that's something that you want to do.
Navi's
I would not
turn
mind it.
to pick.
Behold the horn of Magnus.
Oh, they'll go for the Magnus Rubik. This is a strong laning duo, but I've seen it lose now a little too many times. So I don't have that much faith in it any longer. This could be a carry Magnus as well, though I doubt it. I'm pretty sure it is going to be Malik playing it. Shigetsu,
10 seconds remaining.
not really very well known for his Magnus. This is going to
5
be a good
seconds
Juggernaut or a
remaining.
Monkey King game for Shigetsu, but most likely going to be banned out after Moneymakers do make their pick right now. So what's good for Moneymakers? They need an offlaner, they need a carry. They could pick up a Monkey King themselves right now. They don't have good setup for the Wukong's man, but they're gonna be having the last pick. So you can get something fat that's gonna stay in front, that's gonna bait everybody onto himself and then go for the Wukong. So Moneymakers, they are taking their time here. What will they pick?
Navi's turn to ban.
They will go for the Slark themselves. Okay. So now you don't really have to ban out the Juggernaut and the MK if you don't want to. I'm just not sure about this. Like there's a Pango, there's a Magnus, there's a Pugna, so many things to use
10
these spells
seconds
over
remaining.
your ulti and still kill you. Silencer isn't really somebody who's
5
gonna
seconds remaining.
keep you super healthy in the lane. And you're versus the Rubik, who just constantly pokes you. He's not as good as the techies at harassing you, but he is pretty darn good. Interesting. It is a Lucas. Actually, when did Lucas play his Slark? Yeah, he played it versus Storm, and he had a perfect game, and he made a lot of mistakes. I don't know. I don't like his Slark. Maybe it was just a bad day. I remember in the previous seasons, I liked how he played the Slark, but the last time I watched him, it was just underwhelming. He had a perfect game and he lost it. That's how it went. Navi, they'll ban out the Axe. Makes sense. This is a good Axe game. Especially when you have a Magnus in power, you're probably going to be getting someone else to benefit from it, even though Pango and the Magnus themselves are pretty good.
10 seconds.
So,
Navi's turn to
Moneymakers,
ban.
they don't want to see carries. The Faceless Void will get taken care of. He is a great hero versus every single one of these. Like, even once you get the Chrono, even if the Global Science comes out, there's absolutely nothing that you can do to save these guys. So I like the ban.
10 seconds
Navi.
remaining.
Do ban a Tide? I don't think so.
5 seconds remaining.
Smaster out. Are you afraid of something like a Lycan? No, you have a Pugna. Nope, that's not really a viable reason. That Lycan can get a Helm of the Dominator and get a Purge creep. Tough call.
Dire team ban.
LC will get banned out. Maybe they want to go for illusion-based hero. The Naga does seem really good here. That could be a ban. I actually like the Naga because she's going to be creating the space. They will ban out the Juggernaut. Naga, PL. I'm okay with both of those. You want to go that route. If you want, you could go for like a Terror Blade, but I think for him they have more to deal with.
10 seconds remaining.
Yeah, Naga or a PL. That is what
5
I would like to
seconds
see.
remaining.
And then Moneymakers to try to equalize it there by picking an offlaner that can maybe deal with Delusion somewhat. Man, it would be so cool to see like a PA with a Magnus just critting everybody, but it's a hero I haven't seen for a very, very long time.
Dire team pick.
We'll go for the Sven. Sven into a Slark is kind of dangerous if you ask me. I can't say I like this pick. Plus, it's something that you can exploit. You're not all that strong in the laning phase, and
10
it's very
seconds
important for you to
remaining.
constantly be ahead, so having a good laning phase does help.
5 seconds remaining.
Lord. But what's the pick here for Moneymakers? The Slark already is a problem. Okay, so Darkseer? Maybe you can go Darkseer. There are no agility heroes, but it's really good to buff up the Slark. Nah, your laning phase would be pretty bad. Think fat. Something like Centaur. Clark likes a Centaur. And also Sven hates being kited. Not gonna be easy to kite him when you have 4 heroes with pretty decent lockdowns on your side. But the Centaur helps for sure. We have seen offlane Monkey King. I can't say I would hate it. I'd be okay with it. Moneymakers taking they have to make a decision now. It's gonna be the Tide.
Select your heroes.
They pick a Tide into a Pango. Not ideal. Pango is kind of an annoying hero for you because he takes away your mana. He doesn't care about the Ravage. He continuously stuns you. But this is a good Tide game all in all. The only thing is the Anchor Smash, it doesn't reduce the enemy's attack that much, but the Ravage is a big spell that in this game in particular it looks really good because you don't have to use it to blow somebody up. Use the Ravage, you jump in with the Slark, bam bam bam, be annoying a little bit, go in, go out, Storm jumps in again, you finish somebody off, then you go for the chase. That's the idea. Or you can just wait for the RP to come through and then you use the Ravage. Though I would advise Vierk not to be greedy in this game because you have a global science follow up as well, so you don't really need to be relying only on your Ravage for team fight strength. With that being said, I do like Moneymakers draft more once again. I think they have everything they need to win. The question is, can they play well enough? If you ask me, I don't think so. But it was shown that Navi can lose. Navi Jr. did win versus them. In my mind, they're a better team than Moneymakers, but this is a solid draft. This could work, really. Moneymakers, they have everything. They have team fight, their lanes are solid, their supports are solid in lanes. They have burst damage, everything is there. With that being said, we will be getting ourselves into the game fairly soon, but before that, a word from our sponsors.
Bets on esports, bets on streamers, impressive bonus system. Welcome bonus up to $600, cashback, artifacts, regular promotions, daily giveaways. Try yourself as a bookmaker. Great lines. EGB.com, more than just a bookmaker.
And here we are in game number 2 as we see the odds from EGB favoring Navi heavily still. And for a very good reason. That is because these guys, they are the favorites of the entire division. They know what they're doing. They're playing really good Dota and they will not be taken down easily. But Moneymakers, they will attempt either way. This lineup, this exact same lineup, did taste Division 1 at some point. They definitely know what they're doing. Navi, though,
30
definitely a better of the
seconds to
two. Always win victory. And the underdog can win. As a Slark, he's giving some vision there to his team. Meljul probably not going to be placing any vision there. understanding that he's probably under the eye of the enemies. He doesn't even have a ward though. Yegor, he will place his ward as we will now see the fight for the rune. Seems like it's gonna be a 2-for-2 unless the Slark can steal something. Actually, Shigetsu goes in to steal something. He doesn't even get the rune, and that's gonna be dying Navi. They really like giving away these first bloods, and Bignum gets the kill. Melojul comes over, not really sure what he wanted to do, and Moneymakers, they I think they got 2 runes, yeah. 2-for-2 in terms of runes. Shigetsu dies this time around. Last time around it was Malady. These two really like dying before the laning phase. Like a real laning buddies. That's how you show you're on the same page, right? Oh, I died in the previous game. Yeah, I died in this one. Yeah, we're buddies. Malady. He's gonna be dying in the lane now as Moneymakers get themselves the second kill of the game going towards themselves. Lucas gonna be annoyed a little bit here. This is why I wasn't sure about the Slark, at least when it comes to the lane. But overall, he's great in this game, but Magnus and the Rubik can be super annoying. If you had a bit of a weaker supporter on the Magnus, the Slark could be an annoyance and nuisance. But overall, he's just gonna be smacked down all the time in the lane. Bottom lane. In terms of CS, it's going well. The side lanes are going well in terms of CS for Navi. Whereas Moneymakers, well, their mid lane is going well once again. Yegor is crushing Melojul. Twice in a row, he did have a better matchup. No Melojul. Despite that, he had so much impact in the previous game that it was insane.
Denied!
Malik. Getting some nice CS there. Denied as well. Slark has 3 CS. He is really suffering. Like, even that could be an understatement. But this is a huge deal. Look at Daniel, just making sure that he's hitting Lucas. He doesn't even care about the silencer. The second the silencer comes forward, he just turns around, doesn't want to fight at all. As mid lane, the biggest difference is there. The top lane, they're going for the Rubik. He is probably going to be going down. As Lucas too many stats stolen, has the 9 stick charges. Malik doesn't want to continue fighting. Smart move. Malik would have lost that one. But at the bottom lane, they're going to lose another 4-0 start for Moneymakers. The laning stage, as good as it gets. In CS, they're still struggling, but at least you're getting those kills, and that's keeping you in the game on the side lanes. Whilst in the mid lane, well, Storm almost doubling Pango. Melojul. Smacked down by Yegor. Malady dropping low again. This time around he will live. He even had the 4 stick charges, so not even close. He's gonna shrug it off. It's not like he was already used to dying. Oh, you know, dying twice in a lane isn't ideal. Navi yet to put themselves on the board. I guess their heroes aren't really murderers. They're more so pokers and annoyers. That's why we are seeing them doing better in terms of CS, though. BRQ is doing quite well for himself, not gonna lie.
Radiant structures are fortified.
Even a bigger difference now in the mid lane than in the previous one. I thought versus the Storm that the Pango would be able to keep his distance. Maybe, you know, get harassed a little bit, but overall last it better than versus the Ember. But nope, it's the same thing. I think Yegor woke up this morning and said, I am winning the mid lane. There is no way in hell that I'm gonna be losing the lane. And so far, it's been going exactly that way. We're steering the only now as Bignum did survive that attempt onto his life. So Techies lives. It's nice Vierg. He's taking some damage there. The skewer from Malik will be coming through onto Lucas, who does have a pounce away. He's not really going to be taking any tower damage. Malik isn't even getting the Empower. We'll see if he starts getting it right now. But the idea here is most definitely just to crush the Slark in the lane. Slark is the win condition for Moneymakers. Of course, the Tidehunter and the Storm, if they get out of control, they can win games. But either way, Slark is what you're gunning for. And Lucas is having a bad time. Plus, we have already seen him have a good time on the hero and still drop the ball. Tidehunter dropping low. And the blast will finish him off. Navi, they finally get themselves a kill. With that, both of the side lanes are going to be a win for Navi, actually. I mean, when we look at the net worth of the cores, right? The Sven is over the Tide, and the Magnus is over the Slark by quite a lot. Mid lane, of course, it's obvious was one. Yegor is level 6. Moneymaker is going to be going for Melajul, and Melajul very much dead. That's going to be a quick, fast, and easy kill going for them. He even used the shield crash and the electric vortex stopped it, so no reduction for him. Malady, if you show yourself in the mid lane, you're probably going to be ending up as your mid laner, so just let it go, my friend. Yegor gets an illusion rune. Usually they use this to push the mid lane. We'll see if he wants to use it to farm. For now, it's not going to be the case. Okay, there it is. There's the usage of it. I guess Moneymakers, they've already lost the timing of the first siege creep, and you don't want to be risking it too much versus the Pango that is about to hit level 6. It's going real well for Melajul. Sorry, for Yegor versus Melajul. A 1-6 score, Navi. They can't get many kills, but they are getting a ton of farm on some of their heroes. The Sven farming like a boss. And Slark, he's getting scraps. Feels like he's in prison again. Will he thunder onto the storm? No way that you kill him. Okay, Melajul doesn't go for it. Yegor, now he goes for it. With Melajul shield crash, it's gonna help him live a little bit longer. Rubik comes over and Melajul swashbuckle. They want to kill Yegor before Melajul dies. He needs to get into the tower. He will be able to survive there. The Arcankers won't be able to kill him. And Yegor and Melajul, both of them, they're gonna be licking their wounds from the battle. Ooh, that was so close for both the Pango and the Storm. In the end, none of them goes down as Melajul pushes out the wave, and now it's time to go back. Shigetsu just used the god strength and walked into the jungle. Just wants to farm as fast as possible. Makes sense. 3 points in the Great Cleave. He's going to be getting another point just to make sure that he's getting the biggest possible amount of farm. But Lucas hit the level 6 as well, so in terms of levels, he's not struggling. Storm going to be caught, lifted up into the air. And Pango, Melajul, he wasn't full. The sticky bomb onto the Pugna. Luckily for Melajul, because it probably would have killed him. Bignum gets low as well, and that ward, it is doing a ton of damage. Slayer might be going down. Swashbuckle is going to be enough for the kill. Just enough. Melajul finishes him off. Yegor has some mana, but not enough to be feeling confident about a approach onto Melajul. As top lane, there's a DD rune. Melajul, will he go for it? He has a rolling thunder. He decides not to go for it, but Yegor will be. And he has made a mistake. He has made a huge mistake, Yegor. He goes into his own death. Melajul, he was waiting for him. He knew that his mid lane counterpart is going to be greedy, and now all of that advantage that you have accumulated in the mid lane, it is gone. Melajul is ahead. Oh, it feels like game number 1 all over again, at least when it comes to this Yegor versus Melajul matchup. But even overall, like 9 minutes in the previous game, that is when Navi started getting the lead. Lucas is gonna try to farm, going for an Echo Saber, comparing him and the Sven. Sven already has a Mask of Madness, and he's probably gonna have an Echo Saber before the Slark has one. As Tidehunter is going for a Meteor Hammer, and Moneymakers, they're going for the kill. Well, they find the Sven. He's not an easy hero to bring down, but between the two of them, they should have enough damage. Malajul is going to be on the menu. Shield crash used immediately. He doesn't connect it on anyone, so no damage reduction goes to the side. Yegor should have enough mana to finish him off, or should he? The Arcane Curse will be enough. Slayer gets himself a kill. Daniel also in a little bit of trouble. That's going to be a ton of damage onto the Rubik. He just wanted to help. He just wanted to be of service, and he will be. But for the side of Moneymakers, as they get themselves a double from that smoke here, gonna be in a ton of trouble, but he uses the Ravage just to keep the Sven away. Well, Sven says no problem, gonna go for the Ancient Stack. Decides it's a little bit too dangerous here, but Shigetsu is a greedy boy, so he'll stay until the Ancients die. Uses the Mask of Madness. Meanwhile, Malik doing the same thing, mirroring the movement of his Sven, just on the other side of the map, where it's safe. Does have the great healing Lotus, and Magnus will use it right now. Global Science will get used. They want Malajul dead, and they will not be getting him. Not gonna be happening this time around. He will eat the Arcane Curse, take some damage, but in the end, he will be more than fine.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
So Yegor with the Arcane Rune, they also use the both the Ravage and the Global Science. They don't get anything. We're seeing the win probability. It is favoring Moneymakers. The Slark versus the Sven almost always goes for the Slark. When there's a Sven in the meta, the Slark is in the meta as well. So Navi picking the Sven, that is really ballsy, put it that way. And we're seeing that Dota Plus is recognizing it. Both of them will have the Echo Saber at the same time. The only problem is that Sven does have a full item ahead of that as well. But Lucas is starting to catch up, starting to make something happen here with the Slark. As Navi, they again get into the gold lead, a slight one, but it's a gold lead nonetheless. Yegor wants a Witchblade. I can understand this. You probably feel like you're versus a better team. Witchblade is a good item, don't get me wrong, but you want to be able to kill them, right? Just kill everybody as fast as possible. Because now you're probably going to be bringing more heroes, moving faster on the map, more efficient and stuff like that. So you just want every single time that you get the opportunity to bring a hero down to do it. It does make a lot of sense. Yegor. That's a lot of damage that the Storm does take, but he will live. Finally, Melajul gets himself a power rune. It will be a haste. Oh, Sven trying to apply pressure onto Vierg, who doesn't have the Ravage for 14 seconds. They're gonna have the Ravage and the Global Science at roughly the same time. Mid lane, Daniel getting gone on. He will be taking a massive amount of damage. Has the one charges there to keep himself alive. Melajul with a haze going forward. Yegor in a lot of trouble. Swashbuckle, it won't kill him. And there's going to be a Global Science. He has forced it out once again. It will not be bringing him the kill. And Melajul, he might be chasing them down. Look at the Sven. In a lot of trouble. The Meteor Hammer does connect. The Slark is there too. But the nice life drain she gets is actually surviving. Here comes the Magnus. He's going to save him. Actually, even the Pugna is still alive. And Malik standing his ground. Maybe with the Clean will be able to bring down Bignum. No. And they're going to be turning around onto the right under them with the Mask of Madness. She gets super mad about them attempting to take his life. Bignum, at least he will bring down Malady. Where did he go? Okay, he just stepped on a mine. Unfortunately for him. Silencer died in the mid lane as well. So Melajul did manage to run him down. He didn't run down the Storm, but he ran down his support. Oh, what a play from Malik. That was just such a huge turnaround. The Sven would have died if it wasn't for him, but both him and the Pugna kept the Sven alive. Did cost Malady his life in the end, but I think he's gonna be more than happy to give his own HP to keep the Sven alive. Slayer is going for the Wisdom Rune. There with the smoke. Nobody knows that he's coming. He's gonna be placing a ward, and unless somebody responds right now, these are gonna be 2 Wisdom Runes at the 14-minute mark in favor of Moneymakers.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Sneaky Slayer.
Dire's top tower has
Lucas gets away from the mid lane. He thought he could maybe prevent this push. Not gonna be happening.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
The Slark is level 10. That's as much as Melajul and Yegor. But the Sven is level 12. That's something that
top tower is under attack.
You might see as a problem. A scan was used. They were found. Yegor will get the tower in the bottom lane. Well, that's nice. Magnus is being targeted on the top lane. So he is gonna be taking a ton of damage, and it probably will be going down. There's absolutely no chance you're getting out of that one alive. Lucas, he got so many stats, and now they're gonna be stealing some permanent as well. Actually, the Silencer does not have his Blaze of Wisdom. So no intelligence stolen, but Slark gets himself a permanent agility stack. The first one in the game. As Navi, they are thinking about pushing this tower. There is going to be TP from the Silencer. He does have a global silence, and the Ravage will be up in 5. So it's time to bail. This is not a fight any longer. Global silence is going to be used. Melojul will get gone on. He does have a shield room. That's not going to save him. He's just dead. They will use the Ravage as well. Stolen proximity mines. Daniel, I think he wanted the Ravage, not the mines. He's going to be putting the mines, and here comes Shigetsu to just cut them all down. Who has the biggest sword? It is going to be Shigetsu, protected by the Pavis. And now there will be a decrep on him. The Slide Hunter is looking very much dead. The Blood Grenade will connect, and the Kraken Shell should save him. Malady, he really wants it, but he's putting himself in danger as well. What a jump in from Shigetsu. He does kill the Slark. He wanted another fishy, but the bigger one will not be caught just yet. Yatsu, that blink dagger reveal, the damage, insane. Magnus, 260 damage per hit.
That should help.
I am a balanced hero. That's after the nerf, after 25% nerf. Malady coming forward, he's going to be taking some damage. He does have the Tranquil boost, but that's not going to save him from the proximity mines. He will probably be going down. He dies there to the damage of Bignum, as Bignum now has a reactive taser. Malik coming in with the Skewer. They won't Slayer it dead. With the Acro Saber slow, they will be able to get the kill. Storm jumping in, wants to finish off the Rubik, will be able to do so. But the RP onto the two of them. Meteor Hammer does drop Swashbuckle as well. Yegor has enough mana to go to the side. Now he doesn't have anything. So he's trying to heal up. The Rolling Thunder is coming forward. Yegor, where will you go? Where will you hide? I will hide in the woods, but there you will be found. You will be slain. It's gonna be a 3-for-2 with 2 cores on the side of Moneymakers dying, and they don't get a single one from Navi.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Navi again, same part of the map, same approach, baiting Moneymakers into a fight over and over again. Slark, he's doing his best to get the farm, but he just cannot keep up to the Sven. He's 3k gold behind. 4k gold behind. No, 3k. To go back to school. As Melojul finishes off Slayer, Shigetsu continues farming the enemy Ancients. I don't think he's moved to the top lane even once in this game. Just has been on this side of the map. His 400 damage per hit when the Gauss Strength is active. And tier 2 will fall as well. So it's gonna be even easier for him to take these Ancients at the graveyard in the enemy triangle. The win probability is now at 50%. You can just see how much Dota Plus does favor the Slark versus the Sven. I just cannot keep emphasizing it when you are in this kind of a scenario, when there's a 7k gold deficit, when everything is working out for Navi, their cores are topping the network charts, and Dota Plus says, nope, you are not even favored to win. It's 50-50. It's actually in favor of Moneymakers slightly. Tidehunter wants to go for a halberd. Disarming the Sven. He's probably gonna have the Titan Sliver as well. They found Yegor, Global Science. There's gonna be a Glimmer Cape, so he will be protected there by the shield. They will have to go for the Ravage, steal from Daniel. Not gonna be coming through. He doesn't have it. Here comes the Sven. Nice dodge there from Lucas with the Dark Pact. He has his ulti as well as Tidehunter. He'll get the life drained out of him, but he has more life to give than the Pugna can take away. I think Melojul is getting hella annoyed right now. He might even decide to buy a BKB in this game because it's getting ridiculous how much they're killing him and focusing him down. Look from Navi. Where do they want to go? I would like the Slark to where he is hiding. Out of this smoke, Shigetsu, his smoke will break and he will have to be content with Slayer. Poor Slayer. Look at taking. Oh, they found the Tidehunter as well. With the God Strength, he's going nowhere. That's gonna be Gerek that doesn't have the Ravage to use there. Shigetsu will finish him off with the Storm Hammer. Yeah, I don't. You're not worthy of my sword.
Dire's middle tower is under attack. Dire's middle tower has fallen.
Navi. Storm. Taken down. Yegor loses his life.
Radiant's bottom tower is under
That's
attack.
Malik. He is gonna be getting a great healing Lotus. There's gonna be another one there for Navi. Let's see. What's the play from Moneymakers? Like, the Slark has the S and Y. He needs the shard to be able to fight a little bit longer, but the cleave is the problem. It's really making a difference where he cannot stand his ground. But maybe once he has the shard, when everybody's hitting and you can't even swing your sword and anything as a Sven, that could be changing the approach here. Sven now does have a 9-second BKB, which is another big timing for Navi. Oh, they want the Slark. He did use the Dark back. Magnus threatening. Lucas will be standing his ground. No issues whatsoever. That was just a threat and a bluff, as the rest of Navi are in the Roche. They use the God Strength. They want the Roche dead. They have the Lucky Shot, minus armor, disarm, all that on the Roche. That will make sure that they don't use too many resources to bring him down. Shigetsu, no crit just yet. But he does have a harpoon. You're versus a Slark, you're versus a Tidehunter. So having some fishing gear is definitely gonna be good. To get the Aegis on the Sven, I would have preferred it on the Pango, because he's the one being targeted, and the Sven does have a BKB. Shigetsu, he wants everything. He deserves everything because he is he's 30% farmed than any of the enemy heroes. 30% more farmed. Lancer is going to Refresher. Player, TP out. Shigetsu, not going to be there in time. Storehammer will remain unused, and Moneymakers, all of their heroes will remain alive. They're still leading in kills. The 1-6 started the laning phase, really did contribute to that quite a lot. Two auto towers left. Lucas, the Slark, he does have a shard. Will be going on to Malady, trying to kill the Pugna, the Global Silence, and I don't think he minds. They do have a mech to keep him alive for a little bit longer. Is he gonna turn around? There's the Life Drain. Malady is still alive. There will be a Ravage coming through. The hammer dropping only onto Daniel. Well, just stolen the Ravage. He didn't use any spell. It's gonna be stolen right down the Slark. What is he to do? He does have the Depth Shroud. Will allow him to jump away. Sven, think about who to go for. And here comes the Magnus. No need for an RP there. Only Slayer was caught. He does have the Glimmer Cape. Will be coming out of windows just in a second. Melojul jumps in. That's going to be a shield crash on the two of them. He will get disarmed with the reactive tasers. Jump in from the storm, and he will dodge that one. So no damage taken from Melojul. Malik searching for more. He'll be going for an RP on Shinto, bringing him to the hands of the Sven. He will get disarmed, but it doesn't matter. You have to run away, Moneymakers. Lucas, without your ultis, you're nothing. Malik will get a triple kill, and the buyback from Bignum might just mean that Magnus gets himself a rampage in this one. He could do it. Bignum, he wants to go for a jump in. That's gonna be an ultra, and I just need to go fishing here to get myself a rampage. Rampage for Malik as he mauls down Moneymakers. They lose 6 of their heroes. The buyback from Bignum, the only thing it did is give more confidence to Navi in this game, as they don't lose a single hero other than the Pugna at the start of that fight, and then they clean up 6 of the enemies. Malik, what a beautiful RP, but giving away that Ravage was another mistake that Moneymakers, they just cannot afford. Kind of ironic there. Moneymakers, they can't afford something where they do have a glyph. Will we be using it here? Navi, do they really feel like going home? They have the God Strength Shigetsu to make short work of that one. Lucas next on the menu, loses ulti. Just run away. Shigetsu getting some life back there with a life drain, still surviving. He's gonna turn around onto the Slark, try to kill him. Not gonna be capable of doing the life drain. Is still gonna keep him alive, not giving away that Aegis. Meter Hammer will not be dropped. And the Tidehunter move next to the Sven. He will disarm him. He takes away that big sword, but you cannot handle this powerful weapon. Shigetsu, the only one that doesn't have the strength of the Golf to do it. There's going to be another capture on the Magnus. Then it's going to be Slayer dead. Just one by one. They're going down. Bignum, you are going to be next, as you will be brought onto the enemy team. He does disarm the Magnus, who does have a Manta to get himself to attack once more, and Bignum will die to a Stormhammer. Tries to protect himself with the Pavis, but that's only good versus physical damage. And this Sven, he knows some spells as well.
is under attack.
He's not just a brute
Dire's middle tower
that uses
is
his
under
sword.
attack.
He can think. He
Dire's
can use magic.
structures are fortified.
Glyph will be used. Shigetsu still has the Aegis. Multi of his not there just yet, but in 20 seconds he will have it. A minute and 20. And that's when the Aegis will expire, but Malady is just giving all of his life to defend. They will lift up the storm. They were baiting him in. There's gonna be an RP, but the Depth Shroud will protect him. The Global Silence comes out. The two supports of Navi will be going down. Sven, maybe he decides to turn this one around. The Ravage comes in. They want Malik, but here comes Shigetsu with the BKB. You don't touch my Magnus. You don't touch the guy that got a rampage. You can only die if you will. They're under depth there in the Mariana Trench, but even there, they're gonna be coming over James Cameron style, going in the depths down below to just finish off everybody on the side of MoneyMakers. And the buyback from Slayer doesn't do anything. They're not calling GG just yet, but there it is. The series in a whole lasted less than an hour. Navi showed who the boss of Division 2 in Eastern Europe is. Shigetsu, I think he's the guy that has just been dominating Division 2 for the longest of times. He did have his chance to play Division 1 last time, and he's gonna have a chance to do it yet again with the way that Navi are playing. They're gonna be 3-0, but they're looking so dominant. With all of the other teams, I think they're not on their level. Navi Junior, they did take a game off of them, but it's gonna be a tough spot for every single one of the teams here in Eastern Europe when they're facing off against Navi, because they are looking so freakishly strong. Today we had two series. It was Storm versus Sebe. Went 2-0 for Storm, and now Navi versus MoneyMakers with a 2-0. They end the day. It was a very short day. The Dota was good, but usually we do like the games to be a little bit more close, and hopefully that's going to be the case on June the 19th. This is going to be the 3-series day in week number 2. We will start off with Sexy versus Sibe, then we'll move on to Navi versus Matryoshka, and we will end the day with MoneyMakers versus Navi Junior. On that day, both me and Rob are going to be giving you the action, so you're going to have a chance to hear both of us together even in the second game. So guys, on June the 19th, we're gonna start at the same time at 13 CEST, but we are gonna be in the program for a little bit longer because we're gonna have 3 best of 3. So in the next week on Monday, be sure to be here because the Dota will continue here at the Eastern European DPC Division 2.